Hey, what's up, everybody, and a good morning to you. Welcome to another banging episode of Rantz with your boy, African King Darius. So, today I would like to talk with you guys about our justice system. And I'm going to actually entitle this episode, Justice System Reformation. Okay, so I need to know, what are you guys' opinions on how our justice system is right now overall? I feel like we really do not take much time to really look at the overall picture and realize that the justice system itself needs reformation. We're too busy trying to reform one little thing at a time when we can actually tackle the head of the beast as a whole and just completely get reformation for the justice system, period. We need to change a lot of the things about our justice system. There's some things happening that honestly it shouldn't be happening, but we're allowing it to. You know, we see a lot of things that are happening to our people, and we see a lot of things that are happening to people, period. And instead of us deciding to do something about it, we don't. And what happens is a lot of things that are the ugly side of life gets slipped right between the cracks. And people who truly do not deserve to go to jail or do not deserve to be profiled because of the color of their skin, and hell, anybody who doesn't deserve to be profiled just because they're a foreigner, all of these things happen under our nose involving our justice system, all because we allow it to. The same way we're screaming out for police reformation, we need to understand that even if you tell a cop that they can't pick up a gun and shoot an unarmed African American anymore by law, doesn't mean that they're not going to do it. People can do whatever they decide they want to do. The same way how young black boys can decide to go out here on these streets and become criminals and thugs and murderers and killers. They can make that choice if they want. It's not right for them to make it, but they have the right to make that choice. We try to stop them, but yet it's their God-given right to make that choice. We have too many freedoms in this country. And those freedoms come with the issue of the fact that sometimes there's nothing we can do about situations that involve our children and people of color and foreigners, period. We can't do anything about those situations because at the end of the day, this country has a lot of freedoms and we give those freedoms to everybody. So there are several things I want to see changed about our justice system as a whole. I want there to be accountability for every crime committed. I believe every person should be held accountable. Even if there's a person who just let that person stay with them, even though that person is a killer. If you allowed that person to stay with you and you allowed a fugitive to stay in your home, you should be held accountable to the same amount of years as that fugitive. But we don't look at it like that. We give that person a lesser sentence. Oh, that person can be in jail for only 5 years. Oh, that person can be in jail for only 10 years. I think we need to stop giving people life sentences for murder. We need to stop doing that. So, these are just some of the things that I believe need to change about our justice system. And I'm going to touch on 5 things today. Okay, number one, I do believe that the number one thing that needs to change about our justice system is the profiling of African Americans. We need to stop allowing ourselves to profile somebody because of the color of their skin. And I'm not just talking about African Americans, because actually I mean everyone. Okay? Black cops need to stop profiling white people just because they want to use the race card. White officers need to stop profiling African Americans just because they look dangerous. Sheriffs and cops need to stop trying to get the maximum sentence for people just because of a big payout. And we got to stop judging one another, period, and automatically assuming that someone is a criminal just because of the way they look, the way they dress, the way they talk, and what they listen to. Okay? Number two, the next thing we need to change about our justice system is the amount of years a person stays in jail. I don't believe that a person should get 2 or 3 life sentences for the death of a person. Depending on how many people they killed, they shouldn't do that. They should just get one whole sentence that befits all of them. Okay? So, for example, let's say if a person kills at least 6 people, he shouldn't get 6 consecutive life terms because he can't serve 6 consecutive life terms. If he dies because of the first term, so he's supposed to be resurrected and serve the remaining 5 terms? No. What should happen is that person should receive one sentence to befit all of them. If he receives life imprisonment, he should just get life, period. You shouldn't say 6 consecutive life terms, 5 consecutive life terms, 3 consecutive life terms. It should be only one. Okay? Because he can only live one life. He or she can only live one life. So, I do think that they need to reinstate the death penalty. I'm for it, and I do think they need to reinstate the death penalty because I do believe that there are some people who downright to the very fiber of their being truly intended and meant on killing people. And unless you want another Jeffrey Dahmer going around stashing children underneath their houses, we need to rectify that situation and reinstate the death penalty. A person, if they kill anybody, should receive life in prison or the death penalty, and that's it. That's it. I mean, we say that it's okay for our armed force troops to go out to war and kill people from another country that we deem terrorists, and because they blew up a building and killed a lot of people, or we think they should get the death penalty. But then why is it a person who murders 6 or 7 people, they don't deserve to have the death penalty? They need to live for the rest of their life with that. And what if they don't care? What if living the rest of their life inside of a cage is what they wanted? Suppose that doesn't work. That doesn't reform them. Now, number 4. So, number 4. The number 4 thing I think that needs to change about the justice system is basically the accountability for the criminals. Now, this is what I mean. There are those of us who think it's okay for us to commit crimes. That we also need to look at the minor offenses and not find them punishable. In other words, let's completely erase the minor offenses. If a person get caught with drugs, if they get arrested with drugs and they're trying to distribute, I believe that what needs to happen is they need to be put on a watch list, and they should have a device that should be hooked to that person's car to monitor what they do. And if that person tries to get a new car, well, then they get a new device, and so forth and so forth and so forth. And I believe that would actually help take care of the situation with some people deciding to sell drugs. I do believe that selling marijuana should not be considered illegal. I believe selling marijuana should be okay. If it doesn't involve people using guns or people losing their lives, it should actually become a medical business. Now, yes, we have the selling of medical marijuana, but we don't have the selling of real marijuana. That marijuana that they're selling inside the stores is not the actual real stuff that people grow. It's laced with medicine. So, if we really want to put a stop to it, we need to put a tax on marijuana. And I believe that that's what should happen. We should start making that into a business and allow those people who want to be, people who want to actually sell marijuana, we allow them to sell it and make it taxable and be able to take taxes from them for the selling of that marijuana. So, The last thing I believe we need to change about our justice system is basically how we're wording everything. Okay? There are some minor offenses that people receive bigger sentences for just because of the way that it's worded. Oh, if a person kills somebody but didn't intend on actually killing them, they don't get hit with attempted murder. But isn't it not by definition still attempted murder if they still killed that person? They intended on killing that person, because if they didn't, then that person would still be alive. So, that's just my stance on this. I believe our justice system needs reformation, period. We need to stop trying to worry about just reforming the police and all that, and start focusing on reforming the justice system, period. Because as long as the justice system is the way it is, African Americans are going to get treated differently, foreigners are going to get treated differently, and anybody else of any other color that is not white, blonde-haired, and blue-eyed is going to get treated differently, just because we leave the justice system as it is. Well, that's all the time I have on my show today, everybody. Thank you for all the support. Continue to subscribe to my channel and share my episodes. I really want to try to reach as many people as possible. Thank you, everybody. Deuces.